Hi everyone, and welcome along to today's video. So we're looking at this coffee machine here, the Philips 5400. It's the top one in the range. We bought this over a month ago now, so we've been testing it ourselves as to what it's like, so we can now sort of verify and do a review, because we feel like we've had a good few coffees from it, so we can comment on it. And it is a bean to coffee machine. So quick in and out of the machine. Basically we have a milk container here and your milk in there. That's rather nice, and it hooks in there and goes like that. So there's no wand with this model, it just uses the milk container. So I take that off of there. There's a little jug under there, because when you first turn it on it rinses it and flushes it through before heating it up. We leave it under there just in case to catch the little runoff from that. There's the usual tray that pulls out from here, and as you can see there's water in there. That's because it does collect some water, that's quite normal. That's a little float mechanism, so it tells you if it's full up and won't go. And the grounds go in there, the usual place, so we can take that out of there and empty the grounds out. I've left some in there so you can just see that that's where they go, and then you can empty the water and you're ready for another coffee. So there's a good range of indicators with this machine too when you're using it. Obviously the one that tells you if the beans have run out, which is often the case for us. We have too much coffee probably. But also if the grounds container is full up, it shows you when to empty. It won't run if it's full up. Also the water, you can see the water level on the side of there, the container. If I pull this out also, you'll see that there is a filter in there, which is really good too. The other thing we find is the milk container. Really, you kind of got to wash it out after each use, really, because it just pops off dead easy. But obviously milk gets in there and through the tube inside, so it pops off real easy. There's a little clip here, and you just clip it like that and it comes away. So it's very easy to wash and clean outside, as is obviously the ground container and the water container that I showed you earlier. So we'll turn it on. Okay, it'll light up on the front panel there, and you'll see it's heating up. Now, with a lot of coffee machines, one of the problems you often find is that for some people the coffee's never hot enough, and especially goes with these type of container ones, because at least with a wand you can really heat that milk up, can't you, to heat the coffee through. But I'm pleased to say that there is free heat settings on this coffee machine, because I know a lot of people don't like their coffee too hot. A lot of people say that it's probably best not to be that hot, and somewhere around about the medium setting. Well, we like ours really hot. So we've set ours on the hottest setting, but we'll show you what we do to make our coffee even hotter. We'll let it warm up and I'll show you. To make sure our coffee is really hot, the good advice is, what I've always heard, and it works for us, is to heat the cup up first so it's nice and warm, the coffee doesn't go into a cold cup. To that end, because we've got lots of selections on this machine, as you can see, I'm not going to select any of those coffees on the first one, but there's a lot more drinks down here. So as you can see, there's another list of other beverages, which is really good. But what we do is we go right down, and I'll keep going down until we get to hot water. Then what I do is I select a cup of hot water. That sounds mad, doesn't it? But this is what we do, and this will heat the cup up for us before we even begin to think about doing it. And yes, that is Mo in there barking, the postman's due. Right, so now we have a nice hot cup. So what I do, because Jan's having a coffee as well, I've just literally tipped this nice cup of boiling hot water into the cup she's going to use. And in we go. Don't worry if you spill a bit, it's only water. Put it back, our cup's nice and hot. Onward and upward then, and milk in a container first of all. Make sure we're properly seated under the spout, and the spout's here with our cup. And before we start, you'll see it says blue profile, please select a drink. So what's a profile? Well, basically it's different settings that you can put on this machine for how you'd like your coffee to taste. So we'll go through the profiles. You've got a blue, which is the one we've been using, but there's green, there's a purpley one, there's yellow, and there's also a guest profile. So if you're in the area, don't come a knocking. No, only joking. Guest one, and obviously back to blue. What do they do? Well, basically, as I say, they can allow you to adjust the coffee, not just for what we're going to have in a minute, it was a latte macchiato, but for any coffee you can change it. So we're going to go for a latte macchiato, or whatever you'd like to call it, and you can see it's set there on the preferences that we like, and the coffee strength, the amount of water and the amount of milk. When I push the OK button here, you'll see it adjust. There we are, 60 ml. This is what we've set it up for, and the amount of froth that we like, and our favourite taste for this particular coffee. So we're going to go for that now. So we push the start button and away we should go. Here we go. Milk is heating up. Coffee will go in now. That will sink down to the milk. You can see it's settling now. And it says enjoy, and we're done. And there we are, absolutely perfect coffee waiting to be drunk by me. Okay, Jan, what's yours?
Mine's a latte, please.
Okay, let's do a latte then. Right, so while I have my drink now, I'll just be tasting a few sips while we get Jan's ready. She's going to have a latte. So as you can see, there's coffees on the front panel there, some of the main ones. But Jan's one is down the more other drinks section, so we push that other drinks section I showed you earlier, and here they are, Caf Crema, Caf Latte. So we're going to go there, Caf Latte, and then we've got our milk ready again, so we're all ready to go. There's plenty of water in the container. Push OK, and you can see where we've set them for our Caf Latte, and we're ready to go while I have a sip of mine. Here we go. Goes coffee.
Coffee goes in first this time.
Yes, in first on
They
this
put
one.
it in different ways to depending on what you want.
Depending on what you want, yeah. Coffee in first, then milk. Well, enjoy and let that settle. You can see that settling nicely. Just to reiterate then, the drinks on here, there's 12 espresso, just plain coffee, Americano, cappuccino, latte macchiato, cafe au lait, more drinks, well we showed you here, Caf Crema, Caf Latte, milk froth just on its own, which is in a travel mug you can set up. Let's just carry on down, and you can have espresso lungo, Rosetto, flat white, which is great. Most people like flat white, I know, and that's the hot water I showed you earlier. So 12 in all, very versatile. We've only had a few of them so far, but these are our kind of particular favourites. Are you ready for yours, Jan?
Oh, well, let me have a look. Oh, settled nicely.
Caf Latte, waiting to be done. Well, there we are then, just a quick one that video on our machine we bought just recently. If you really like coffee, and we do, we decided we want our coffee to taste a bit more like you can buy in your regular coffee shop, and this is really good. I can tell you, it's as good as buying one from your local barista shop, wherever it happens to be.
Absolutely